Jim, congratulations, job done.
Yeah, well, you know, today was a strange event because we almost, you know, we're 95% almost certain of the 5th spot. We were mindful of the result down at Chorley just to make sure that we could, you know, take a few players off. But I wish that I could have put out the strongest players. I'm sure that likes of Jason and Jimmy and Adam Thomas and all those guys, Paulton, would have loved to play in front of that, you know, in a game like this. But I think the players who played were as professional as they could be, and you know, obviously the other thing was being as professional as we can to rest key players for Wednesday.
Of the 7 changes you've made, has anyone stood out, maybe put themselves in contention now for the playoff campaign?
I've not really thought about that, to be honest with you. I've been more thinking about you know, the injury to Scott Duxbury. He's got a nasty gash in his foot. You know, and Matty Warburton, we took him off as a precaution just to, we felt, you know, given the results, we could probably give George West a run, Sim a run. So I'm delighted to be able to give them a few minutes. I mean, you know, back in the days when I think Tommy Rowe made his debut at Watford when they were a Premier League club in the FA Cup. So, and Danny Rowe and Andy Hawes are 16-year-olds against Leeds away, you know. So it's nice for Sim and people like him to get a run out in a National League record crowd. So, you know, it's a fantastic occasion for them.
Did the fans surprise you at all today? As you said, the game was virtually assured anyway in terms of league position. Did the fans surprise you turning up and setting another record for English football? Yeah,
well, no, they don't. They never surprised me. You know, I was manager here last game of the season, and we had 10,000 turn up, and then we had 10,000 turn up for Wickham in the playoffs. You know, I think the last sort of 3, 4, 5 weeks, this feeling like there's a bit of life. Like, I think the anticipation of the players, the achievement of the playoffs, I think has really caught the imagination. But you know, credit to people, because it just shows that they want to be part of what's happening here. And I know the community foundation. I've done a load of work in getting the young lads, people in, and Darlington brought loads, and it was just a great way to finish the season, really. Finish the league campaign, and like I said, but we now need to dust ourselves down and prepare as professionally as possibly Monday, Tuesday for Wednesday's game.
I think I said just before the Gainsborough game, maybe 6 weeks ago, I thought we'd need 8 wins out of 11 to have any chance of making the playoffs. You've got 8 wins out of 11, which is not just promotion form, that's championship title form, isn't it? Have the lads surprised you in any way at all?
Well, not really, because you know, we had glimpses of a very, very good team at different stages in pre-season. I mean, we beat Macclesfield here 5-1, and then we had some fantastic results. I think there was a couple of games where we played some top sides, and we looked a little bit short in terms of the complete package. But I think we've worked really hard, in terms of doing extra stuff. I mean, we're talking about a lot more teams at this level of full-time players who've got more time to do weights, do training, recover. So we're trying to improve that side of it, and I think that we've made those gains over the last 9 months. And I'm really proud to be manager of a team that's, again, you know, achieved higher than it did last year and the year before that. You know, a club that's very healthy financially. You know, we're a community club of the year. We've got a fantastic academy where the young lads have finished as under-21s champions and second in the under-19. So I think it's not just what's happening on the pitch, it's all around the club. I'm very proud of, and for the town to have 6,100 people turn up at Edgeley Park just shows you how big and important this club is to the town.
You're 5th in the table, that secures that home leg in the first stage of the playoffs. How important was it to you that we managed to achieve that position?
You know, you can look at it statistically. We've had 5 away games, and we lost 4 in the midweek, albeit against full-time sides on a Tuesday night, Salford, Harrogate, Kidderminster and Telford, but we went to Chorley and drew 1-1. And then you look at Chorley, they're 4 dead, 7 defeats. Have been there Tuesday night games, but they go to Bracklin on Wednesday and win. So a lot can be made of the advantage one way or the other in terms of home and away. I think if you look at it, and we drew 1-1 here and we drew 1-1 away, so there's fine margins in this game anyway. But what I'm really pleased for, I'm sure the Chorley fans won't mind me saying this, because it's not a major journey for them to come here, but my biggest disappointment going into the playoffs is if people that want to be at this game can't be here. And so in that sense, for this particular game, it's fantastic that it's here at Edgeley Park, not just for home advantage and any perceived value of that, but more importantly, that the people that want to see this game can be filled in, and that's really important, because should we win the game, you know, I'll be really disappointed for those people that want to go to Harrogate and can't. But it's going to be a fantastic occasion for both us and Chorley come Wednesday night, and you know, that's the drama and excitement of the season and the playoffs. And Chorley have done brilliant throughout the years, and I said earlier on, if we finish above them, we'd be in the playoffs. And it's nice for us to finish fifth, because I didn't want any underhanded digs at us that we're only in the playoffs because of the changed format, or perhaps a Darlington didn't have 500 seats at the ground or anything like that. I wanted us to earn the right to be in the playoffs. The format's changed. It's great because it's kept the season exciting for lots of teams. You know, the only bit of excitement left in the league was that 7th spot, and how things will manifest themselves. But it's a fantastic league, the National North now, and you know, what we want to do is make the playoffs fantastic for ourselves as well.
Chorley, I know we've played them quite recently away from home, and they've been consistently mither in the playoffs the last 3 or 4 years. And does that make them really tough opponents, given they've been in, I think, 3 of the last 4?
Yeah, of course. And you know, Matt's got a very solid crew there. They're all very workmanlike. They all know their jobs. They play together for a long while, and that's given them a kind of consistency of purpose. And they've been really challenged over the last couple of weeks with all the games they've had, and they've still come through that with some fantastic results. You know, not just today's win, but also going to Brackley midweek and winning shows the professionalism of their part-time players. So, you know, great respect to them. They are a formidable opponent, but Brackley, Harrogate, Kidderminster, Stockport, Chorley and Bradford are all formidable opponents on the day. So I think we're in for a cracking playoff competition this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. In terms of losing players, obviously Jamie Stott was a bit of a shame, obviously, from your own point of view, because he's been a mainstay of this great run that you've been on. Are you confident you can cope without Jamie Stott?
Well, we have. We just have to get on with it. I mean, Steve O'Halloran came on last week. I thought it was fantastic and really consolidated the back four. He's got a full game under his belt. He came in against Telford again. So, but you know, the danger is if we lose Stott and Scott. So I'm just really disappointed for Jamie Stott. In terms of you know, last season he got his run out with Oldham. Got his debut, and I think he even got man of the match on his foot. You know, he's come back into there, and again he's been on the bench again today. And you know, for him it would have been a wonderful experience to play in front of 6,000 plus fans and to be involved in the playoffs. I mean, but like I said, he's Oldham's player, and you know, that's their choice, and I completely respect that. We've got Steve O'Halloran who steps back into the side, and you know, one of the reasons I took Steve was the way I seen him perform in the playoffs last year. So that experience and that know-how is going to be really important when he come into these sort of games. So yeah, it's a shame for Jamie, and it'd be a shame for other players who miss out on this opportunity for one reason or another. But I'm confident the squad we've got together, and you know, the 5 or 6, 7 players that got an opportunity today that would be normally sat on the bench or in the stand, have given themselves a chance to impress and be part of it and get game time. We just dust ourselves down now Monday, do things professionally Monday morning, Tuesday night, and we'll prepare ourselves for what will be a fantastic game on Wednesday.
Just finally, to compensate for the loss of Jamie Stott, will Sam Walker maybe be fit for any point in this next week or two? Yeah,
well, I was hopeful that all 3 of Rhys Turner, Sam Walker and Adam Etches would have been all, but they were all, you know, I would have liked them to play to get them match minutes and get them, you know, back on the stage as such. But they were all feeling not 100% confident in their injuries. But like I said, there's a few more steps to come yet. There's a week to come in where we'd like to think that they'd be available Wednesday night. So it's just we'll just have to assess it on Monday. All those players will be on Monday, seeing the physio and preparing, and I'm sure that they'll all be on the training pitch. It's all about how confident and strong they feel in terms of being at 100% to be a part of the squad. So, but like I said, the good thing about today, is that we've been able to rest certain key individuals, so we know they're going to be fit. I was a bit concerned with Matty coming off and Scott coming off, so we'll just have to see how that assesses. But I mean, the overriding emotion from today is not about Wednesday really. It's just to savour in the fact that this was a cracking game. We had a brilliant 3-all draw against Darlington last year, and I think it's fitting for both sets of fans to finish with the National League record. And it's. I'm sure Darlington will be a force next season because Tommy's really improved them. But like I said, it just shows you how competitive this division is, and will only get stronger as more and more teams look to gain an advantage in the future. So, and we need to be working really hard just to keep improving. So, and we've done that this year. And what we want to do now is go into the playoffs and show that we've got the quality to finish the job.
It was lively today, but I mean, it'd be rocking under the floodlights on Wednesday, won't it?
Well, I always loved Edgy Park on a Friday night. Yeah. So there's a different atmosphere, and but like I said, it's going to be a great game anyway. And I'm sure that every Chorley and Stockport player and every Chorley and Stockport fan and lots of neutrals will be really looking forward to this game. So I came in today and you could feel a tingle around at the ground. You were meeting people who were here at 12:30. You could feel. I went into corporate and it was packed out with 300 people. And went over to the Vernon's Vault to see all the young lads that have, young kids that have come from all the different schools in Stockport. It was a brilliant occasion, great testament to the club, and like I said, we want to put on a great occasion Wednesday night, and let's hope the best team wins.
Let's hope you do. Well done. Cheers.
Thanks so much.